Hi everyone and welcome back to Diamond Paintings with me, your host Mike. We're going to be doing another session here today of this lovely painting. Sorry about that short break there. I was trying to work out when we're going to finish. So we'll do this for about 45 minutes. It should end 10:02. Okay, so I still haven't found that colour yet, so it's gone walkabouts and I'm not entirely sure where it's gone because I had a new oven being installed, so I had to move everything. But I just get so fed up with like keep moving it in the kitchen, out the kitchen, in the kitchen. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to kneel on the floor because I haven't got seating here at the moment, you see. So I'll just kneel on the floor while I do it. It may be painful, but at least I don't have to keep moving it. So today I got woken up by they're doing some work outside with scaffolding on the other block, because there's 3 blocks where I live of houses, and I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something on the other building. I think it's like clearing the gutter every now and then, because every so often they come around to clear the gutter. And there was this man with a giant pole thing which looked like it had a Hoover adapter on it. And he's basically hoovering the gutter. Never seen that before. It's like the time I went to Colchester and was waiting outside the new bus park, and this random woman was hoovering the public streets, and I thought, okay, I've never seen that before. That is not normal. Because let's be honest, you don't really go along hoovering the street, do you? Unless you're a road sweeper. So yeah, I got woken up at 8:15. It's supposed to be, you know, my lie-in, because I can't get to work today because of rail strikes. And with my job, if you don't go in, you don't get paid for it. So even if you're on a contract, so I'm trying to speak to HR and say, look, you know, this is not my fault. Can you, you know, is there any way you can still pay me for it? Because, you know, this is circumstances that are outside of my control. And they always do it on the day that I work. So I said I'll try and get in for tomorrow, but they're saying that apparently the trains are going to be affected as well the day after. So I don't think they're very happy about it, but, you know, I can't do nothing about it. I can't be, you know, I can't be held responsible for that. So yeah, so got woken up at 8:15. So I thought, right, I'll have a lie in, but no, I had to get up to some idiot playing around with epoxy scaffolding. We had that once in our theatre show. We had part of the set was scaffolding, because we had to use scaffolding in the set. It's in the film, and I think it was called Our House. And basically, these guys who erected the scaffolding didn't want to go to London. They had a job the next day of doing scaffolding at a project in London, and they came in to obviously erect the scaffolding, and then like the Sunday the week after, because the show runs from Monday to Sunday with a matinee, which is an afternoon show in the evening. And yeah, they said, oh, we're slowing down a bit because we really don't want to go to this job tomorrow. So is it okay if we just slow down a bit? And the stage manager was like, yeah, that's fine. But yeah. So 1st of October today, and we're supposed to be getting all this energy bill discount. And I'll check the meter because I read up and they've done what I wanted them to do. So basically, they're not giving you it in your bank. They're taking it off your bill, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's just how I wanted it. So I'm really happy with that. But apparently, we're supposed to be getting it from today. Well, there's nothing on my meter. Because apparently, if you've got a bill, I could be wrong here, but from what I understand, if you've got a credit meter, they're going to adjust it off your next bill. So where you would normally get billed, I don't know, £60 a month, they're going to take that £60 away. But apparently, it's not 400 in one whack. They're going to do it over instalments of £66. Then if you have a prepay meter, which is where you have to go to the shop to top it up, so you're actually buying your energy before you're using it, apparently you're supposed to be getting vouchers to put on it or something, or they're automatic, or if you've got a smart meter, they're going to automatically credit it with £60 or something like that. But to get a clearer understanding, I'm going to speak to British Gas after I've done this session and see what's going on. Just trying to get a clearer picture of when this is going to happen, you know, when's it going to go on the meter. Because obviously they've been promising this for several months now, and still no sign of it. But apparently people that pay tax credits, you know, like if you pay tax, you're supposed to have got that between, I think they said September the 7th and September the 9th. So basically they're giving a lot of rebates out. I mean, HMRC, you, for some reason, you pay tax, but then they give you it back again later down in the year. So I don't understand why you pay it to then get it reversed again. So yeah, I mean, I don't pay tax because I don't earn. Yeah, to pay tax, you have to pay it. You have to earn so much. It's got to be a certain amount. So, for example, I don't earn 11. I think it's over 11,000, but I don't earn 11,000. I'm nowhere near that because I'm part time, and I don't have to pay tax. So, yeah, that's pretty good. But apparently, they're also saying that apparently you're supposed to be paying like there's supposed to be a national insurance rebate as well. I got the £150 council tax rebate that they did. But now it's just a game of waiting for, you know, the gas and that. But it's really, you know, in a way, COVID, although it's a deadly disease, it's basically helped us all out because they've basically gave us money and helped us out with bills for a few months, which means it frees up the money to like just slightly keep it in credit and keep it above board, you know, so that it takes care of itself. But the credit meter, I don't know because it's really weird because they set my meters up really weird. So I've got a credit meter on the electric, but a prepay meter on the gas. So I mean, they said that originally it was supposed to be direct. They're supposed to take it off your bill or refund you into your bank, but now they've sort of changed it so that they pay it direct or take it off the bill, which is, yeah, absolutely brilliant. But what I love about credit meters is you're always in supply. You don't have to worry about topping it up. And I'm trying to get them to change my gas meter to do that. But, yeah, they don't seem to want to do it for some reason. But I was on this fixed tariff because earlier in the year they sent me an offer and they said if you join the so-and-so tariff, you won't have to pay any more. You'll be on a fixed tariff. So I think it was like a set fee per month or per year. And recently they said we've had to remove you off this tariff because of this cost of living. We can't keep you on this tariff. So I'm going to have to look back at the date that tariff started, because if they've cut that early, then they're in breach of contract, because whether it's cost of living or not, they're in breach of that. I've just realised, let me just sort something out. Yeah, this is M. So, yeah, because I'm very hot on things, you know, it's, if you're cutting something that I've signed up for, say, 12 months and you've cut it at 2 months, then that's not fair. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, so I got up, had a quick shower, because I was expecting a parcel yesterday, but my friend said that apparently there's a strike, because my friend works within War Mall, and also my other friends from Diamond Painting said it as well. So obviously I didn't know until 4 o'clock, so I'm waiting in all day and there's nothing coming. Now, normally when they're gonna deliver it, it will say ready for delivery, and it's not even saying that. So I don't know. The last scan was in Chelmsford, so I don't know if you know, if it's in Braintree and they've just not updated the scan or what. But what I will do is I will look back on when I had paid for the day, because weather strikes, regardless of whether you've got strikes, I still expect the goods on the time frame that I paid for. I've paid for a 48-hour service, so I should be getting that service, unless of course they've put on there deliveries may be affected. We cannot guarantee that service, so we'll suspend the 48-day service. Sometimes for special delivery, if there's something happened and they can't get it, they can't guarantee it, they will say special delivery is guaranteed, but you can still use that. Special delivery is not guaranteed, but you can still use that service. So we just have to wait and see. If it don't come today, because it originally was supposed to come tomorrow, but yeah, if it doesn't come today, then I'm gonna have to speak to them and say, look, you know, I've paid for a 48-hour service and not got it, so can you issue a refund? It's like Amazon recently, they've been using warm mail, because basically their computer system selects the courier based on where the distance is from the warehouse. There was a time when they were going to use drone delivery, but I think that got stopped. They had a treasure truck, which is where it would come to a certain area loaded with items, and then you would select an item on your app and meet the truck. But for some reason they've said that they've pushed back from that, or they've took a step back from that, or something. It's on their website. If you just put treasure truck, it should come up. Okay, lovely. So that's another block done. Unfortunately, we've got a colour issue here, because I don't know where that colour's gone. So I will keep on hunting for that. But what's important is that we continue. Otherwise, we're not going to meet the deadline. So there's no point pondering over trying to figure out where these colours are. We can tackle that later on. But what's important right now is that we move this along. So as you can see, we're now swifting along here. We should get most of this done, because that's most of O, which is this colour here. So hopefully, yeah, I'm just gonna have a bit of my tea. Lovely. It was a bloody cold night last night. So, and got up today and had a notification on Facebook. Apparently, they're doing a trial run of the ET build, and I think ever since Terminator came out, that is basically what has caused all these wonderful builds with Iron Man, RoboCop, because there's more of a market now for figure builds. And if they bring out obviously it's in France, because France love their artworks. They always seem to get the good ones. But we know that it could potentially come here 6 to 8 weeks after. 6 to 8 months after, as a trial maybe. I mean, the Alien, I don't think they went for that. I think it was out of the Alien, Hachette-wise, I think it was out of the Alien and Batmobile. And they've chosen Batmobile. I could be wrong, but I would have loved to have done that Alien. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know what their plans are, so they could bring it out later in the year. But absolutely devastated about the Hogwarts Express, because I do think in the partwork industry, we need to get a train. We haven't had a train for so long. The last one, I believe, was on Model Space. So, right, this is really interesting, because I've got a symbol which looks like an upside down arrow. However, I haven't got that symbol on here, so I don't know where that's come from. Can you see? It's not like on there. So where is that little, what's that little arrow thing then? How bizarre. I don't know about that, guys, but I'm going to obviously have to leave it out. But there's not a symbol for that code, so I don't know what that is. And there's no other symbol from what I can see on here with that. It's almost like a down arrow. So what's that all about? What I might do is I might put an M in that, because that's just going to aggravate me. So for the purposes of this video, they've done a bit of a cock up here, because there's an arrow, but it's not on my symbol system. So I'm going to put a letter M in that gap, because that's just going to aggravate me otherwise. I can't cope with seeing gaps. How strange. Can't believe that. So yeah, it was a nice cold night last night, and I was like, yes, quick hot chocolate movie. And I'm trying to set myself this goal. So for every day up till the end of October, I want to try and watch a Disney film. Last year, I wanted to watch Hocus Pocus, because a former friend was telling me about it, and I never did get round to really watching it. So I'd like to see what that's about. I understand it's about witches and that, so I would like to give that a go. Obviously watch Spooky Buddies on the 31st. Absolutely love that film. And back in the day, for digital, you would have to buy it digitally, like £5, and then it's your copy forever. But it's still digitally. And then all of a sudden, these companies came out with like Disney Plus and Netflix, where you could pay like a monthly subscription, so that you didn't have to pay for each film and own it. You can just pay a subscription and watch as many movies as you like, which I think is a good idea. So yeah, I'm not going to start it too long, but sort of towards mid-November, like probably the second week in, I'm then going to start my Christmas paintings and get them ready for December, because it's getting close. I think we'll take it one more square, because if we do a nice big block, then we get it done a little bit better, a little bit more. So that's perfect, lovely. But yeah, today, obviously I'm doing this, and then I want to have a look at the doll's house and try and figure out where we left off, if there's any issues that we can try and tackle. And then I need to get in touch with British Gas and get some ideas of when we're going to get this payment. It's not very clear. I mean, they're saying that you're going to get it, but it doesn't say what date, and I don't want to be mucked about. You know, I need to know dates. You know, I don't want to top up the meter with, say, like 40 quid, and then they allocate that credit. I want them to pay for a change. So yeah. So then after that, I'm going to order a Big Mac, because I've got if you download the McDonald's app, every time you order, you get points, and then them points, somehow I've got 3,000, because I think when you join the app, they give you a welcome bonus of like 400 points. I could be wrong, but I have bought quite a lot from there. But they give you points, and I didn't know this, but the points can be redeemed for like free burgers and stuff. So I'm going to use that up. But when I tried to order, they were saying that it was the breakfast menu, and I thought, oh, okay, see if there's like a coffee and a sausage bap, because I don't like the Egg McMuffin. I don't agree with that. And I thought, well, I'll wait till lunchtime. And there's an offer on there. They'll put like offers on there, like 30% off Big Mac for 99p, which I think's great, but obviously you don't get the chips with it. It's just literally the Big Mac. But the more you use the app, the more points you get and the more free stuff you get. But also they've got the Monopoly game back, which means that when you buy something, you'll get like a little black sticker on it, and them stickers can be redeemed for it. Some of them might say free Big Mac or free 6 chicken McNuggets. So I think they briefly did it in September, but because of the virus they stopped it, because obviously I don't think something happened and all the restaurants were closed. So yeah, but they've brought it back for the winter. I mean, as I said, normally it's only during the summer, to the best of my knowledge. I've never known it to be in the winter before, but can you believe it? 2 months till Christmas. I ain't looking forward to that. I do and I don't, because it's just, you know, the build up to it is so stressful. You know, you've got all the people in the shop running around like going crazy for stuff, like food wise. Then you've got you know, people darting about for Christmas presents and stuff like that. I hate shopping. I hate going into shops unless I really need to. I order it online because it just takes. I can't cope with people in my way. It gets on my nerves. And when it's really packed, I just feel very claustrophobic. So, yeah. Unless I really, really, really need to, and there's, say, like, delivery drive, say, like, on, I don't know, Snappy Shopper, sometimes they'll say not available for delivery because they've got a problem with the vehicle. The last time they had a flat tyre, so they won't tell you that, but I email the head office of Snappy Shopper in Dundee, which is in Scotland, and they will investigate why there's no drivers. So the latest comment I got was because they were got a flat tyre, so picking up a bit of speed now, which is lovely. So at the time of filming this is obviously the 1st of October, which is the day which you'll see the unboxing of this, and you'll also see the first stage at 7:30. So the first day, the unboxing goes up at 10, which is pretty good. I started to since the Queen's funeral. I was watching the news like every one, like so 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then obviously 10 o'clock. Because there's no point watching ITV because that's the international news and all news. But all the news channels basically are exactly the same. They all copy each other. So there's no point in watching all the same. So I watch BBC News, but I've sort of cut it now until 10 o'clock because I've discovered that whatever they say on the 1 o'clock is repeated on the 10 o'clock. So I might as well just watch the 10 o'clock. But occasionally, if BBC One's on, I'll watch the news. Because TV licensing have whacked up the prices again, which I'm looking into. Because it used to be £159 and now they're saying that apparently it's 169, and I don't think that's correct somehow. I think they've definitely got that wrong. See, I've got several colours missing here because I'm missing that. I'm going to have a look around for this because I can't be losing colours. This is ridiculous. It's that slant one there, so I'm going to have to look for that. I think they're on top of my fridge, because I had to put them out of sight in case the contractor thought it was rubbish. And oh my god, could you imagine that? Hey, what are these? I'll just chuck them in the bin and it's like, no, it's my diamond painting. But yeah, it's now getting to that type of year again where we're getting all these different partwork launches. Quite bizarrely, Fanhome's gone very quiet since their last sort of launch of the Star Wars Millennium Falcon. But they have had, as I said, they've got loads of requests for the Robocop build. So I would like to see another build come out. Because so far, I think the previous one to the Star Wars and Starship collection was the Star Wars books. No, it must have been Knight Rider, because that came out before. I think the books were the very first ones they bring out. I'm not entirely, can't remember. No, it was the Dodge, and then I think it was Iron Man, and then I believe it was the books. By the way, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, because obviously this is diamond painting, fanhome.com or fanhome.co.uk, I can't remember the URL, but Fanhome is basically a partwork company, so in the partwork industry, which is what I'm in, with the partwork community, we basically build models, so it's basically a 2-year construction over, and you get parts every month. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know if the Royal Mail are coming today or what. It's just getting beyond a joke. Because, you know, people need their stuff. As I said, I mean, Great Wrangler, yeah, they've got some strikes, but for Royal Mail to have 19, I think that's really taken the mick, especially with Christmas. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have strikes at, you know, Christmas time. And they're saying online that, oh, we've got contingency, I can't pronounce that, plans. So contingency plans. And we'll still deliver tracked, and I think it was like special delivery. Well, mine's tracked and I ain't got mine, so that's a load of crap, unfortunately. But it's just ridiculous because, you know, sooner or later people are going to panic as if, you know, for like Christmas stuff. So my advice to you would be avoid Royal Mail at all costs. Obviously, when you're shopping online, ask the company or the seller or wherever you shop from, ask them who your couriers are, who do you ship with, so that you know a heads up of if they're using Royal Mail. If they're using Royal Mail, then I would suggest using Amazon. Amazon's drivers are not on strike. Obviously, Amazon do a fast range of stuff, and you get next day delivery. If you pay the $7.99. If you don't pay the $7.99, then it will be $4.99 a time, or however much they quote. But I just love the fact that you can pay $7.99 and you save all that money on free postage. It's like the other day, I couldn't believe it. So I ordered these sweets because there's the, you know, the pencil sweets. Well, they've got this new thing out, which is strawberry pencil sweets, but hang on a minute. So it's strawberry pencil sweets, but they're actually made by Amazon. It's their own brand, and they were 49p. So I thought, all right, I'll give them a go. Because I saw them on recommendations, you know, when you add it to your basket and then it goes, here's something you might like. Yeah. So I ordered them and they were 49p. Then when they shipped it, they said, your item has been shipped by Royal Mail Special Delivery. And straight away, I thought to myself, well, that costs normally like £8. So you've basically paid £8 in postage for a 49p product. So how the hell they make money on that, I don't know. Because they're actually paying more in postage. Talking of which, Alexa, where's my order?
Strawberry pencils has been delayed and is now expected to arrive today.
See what I mean?
In addition to deliveries, I can also tell you about past purchases.
Alexa, stop. See what I mean? So that was due yesterday, and even though it's tracked, which apparently they've got these contingency plans that they're supposed to still deliver tracked, it's delayed. So, and it's not Amazon's fault, so I can't, you know, say to Amazon, hey, you know, where's my order? Because it's clogged up at Royal Mail. Amazon have done their bit by shipping it, and it's just so annoying because the problem is with Amazon is they'll use various couriers. Amazon Logistics is their main courier, so I get a lot of parcels from them, but they're a terrible courier because some days I have to wait in all day, right up to, and then they'll start to deliver it at like 6 or 7. So you're waiting all day. You can't plan your day. You can't go out unless they come. So it's just very difficult. And then like they'll say, oh, it's coming between 3 and 4, and then when you look at it again, it then changes to like 4 to 5, and it's like, come on, you know. So I know they're only sweets, but you know, so much for next day, eh? And if you guys don't know what Alexa is basically artificial intelligence. So you can ask her anything and she'll, like, for example, Alexa, what's the weather forecast today in Braintree?
In Braintree, England, it's 12 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect lots of clouds, with a high of 17 degrees and a low of 10 degrees. By the way, I can now give you birthday gift ideas.
Oh, watch this. Alexa, stop. Alexa, thanks for your feedback.
Thanks for your feedback.
So she sings to you as well. I discovered that the other day and I was like, oh my God, I've got to use that on someone. So when someone like says something, I can play that clip and go, thanks for your feedback. So that must be a new feature, but it's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know when the breakfast menu goes off, but I want to redeem that. Because when they allocate points, I'm always nervous and I'm always like, I want to use that now and then because I never know how long they're valid for. And it would be a shame to lose all them points. I know sometimes in Greg's, if you don't get the points used by the end of the year, they'll take them off you. Because they've got this thing where you get, if you download the Greg's Rewards app, every time you get like a sandwich, you scan the app on there and you can top up the app and then scan with your phone on the app. So basically, you've got money on your app for any Greg's purchases. And once it gets to 9, you get a free sandwich or whatever it is that you've scanned, you know. So every time you buy something, that goes on to us, providing you've got the app, it scans it on to the app. And one time I went there, I think it was a click and collect item, and they said, I went in there for my thing and I said, here's the code for the collection. And he said, oh, I'm really sorry, we're having some problems with the click and collect, so I can't see what you've ordered. And I said, but it's on my phone. And he said, yeah, unfortunately, we need to scan it into the tablet or the till or something like that to say that you've got the collection code. And then obviously once they type it in, that then releases the order. And he said, I'm so sorry, I'll give you 2 sandwiches as a thank you. 2 sandwiches as a, you know, as an apology to build up what you've ordered. So I think I spent like £5, so they substituted it. But that's really bad, because if that wasn't working and they had problems with it, then they shouldn't have said click and collect. So it's like the works. Click and collect, you think, this is my argument with shops, is because click and collect is supposed to be free. In my view, click and collect should be free. You know, you're clicking, you're collecting, because what that means is they're basically, you've ordered something on the app and someone's gone round the shop to pick your item ready for when you come in. But some shops like Peacock's, they will charge you for that, and I think that's totally unacceptable, because, you know, why are you charging to pick your own item up from the shop? Do you see what I mean? So I don't agree with click and collect. Unless it's free, I won't use it. Because why should I pay some person to go around the shop collecting it or picking it? I don't agree with that. You know, you get enough on the order. So I do apologise if it sounds like I'm moaning. I'm not. I say it how it is, and I've always been like that. You know, I'm very straight to the point, you know. So say, for example, I saw a sparrow, which is a type of bird here in the UK. If I saw that sparrow and I thought, oh, that's an ugly sparrow, I would say that's an ugly sparrow, you know. So I'm very straight to the point here. See how much more we get done when we do 45 minutes because we've finished the half of that block and then this block. I mean, ideally I would like to start a session where we get from this block to that block, but at the moment it seems to be going from half and half and half and half, but it doesn't matter, you know, every drill counts. So the only way to get it out of that half and half is to speed it up a bit or do an hour to try and get that sorted. But yeah, so needed to go to Whitman today and I can't because there's no bloody trains. And I hate going on buses, they take forever. There's a bus company run by First Group and they've got these, I think they're called Scania. They've got these buses that are basically got leather seats, but they're very like, it looks like an airport sort of bus. You know, when you get the passengers and they whiz you over to the airport. It's a very long, but when you sit on it, it just feels like it drags. It feels like it's got no power in it, or like he's pushing on the brake too much, because it just doesn't feel like it's got any oomph to it, you know. But double deckers, you know, I think most of us do this, but whenever I get on a double decker, I try to get to the top of the bus at the front. And it's annoying when, as a kid, I used to be too, I think it was either too big or too short, and I had that bloody bar in the middle of my view. You know where on the top deck you've got that safety bar behind the windscreen, but on the front side, so on the outside. And it's so annoying seeing that. But I have been on buses where you get no bar on it, and it's lovely view. I actually filmed on my World of Mike channel. I don't know if it's still on there, because I'm trying to get the channel into just like partworks only, which is why I've took down some of the videos that are not really partworks. But I did do a video from the journey from Braintree to Whittam, because it was like a rail replacement day. Just missed off an F there. So yeah, I want to try and get various sessions of this done today. The more we get done, the better, really. See, again here, can you see that? We've got like a gap. So what that means is if I was to put the drill like that and that one like that, you've always got that gap. So what I do is I just, if we turn that off a minute, you see you don't see it as bad. It's only because the light board's there. So it's showing light bleed, but don't obviously put it on like that and then there's half of it. What you're aiming for is to fill that whole square so that you're covering that symbol, but also in the guideline of that square, you know. So yeah. And this is the thing with diamond painting, the time goes so quick. And what I love about diamond painting is it's therapeutic, it's relaxing, it gives you something to talk about. Obviously in part works you can't do that because you're talking about how the parts go together. So it just gives you something to talk about, really. And I'm a bit of everything. I do part works, I do diamond paintings, I do craft things, I do I think that's mainly it, actually. I used to do shopping hauls, but it was a lot time consuming. You know, I would get the delivery in and then I would have to you know, put it all up on the unit so that I could get it in the camera shot and then put it all away back in the fridge. And oh no, I hate that. You know, when you come in and you've got to unpack everything, that winds me up. I hate anything that causes less hassle is best, you know, like. But one thing I detest with a big passion is bloody shopping. I hate it. It's even worse when like the shops say like 30-minute walk and you've got to carry all the bags back, no. And they're like really heavy and that. Okay, so we're just going to finish this line off because I think we've got to the bit that I needed now. So I'll just finish this line off and we'll call it there for today. which means the next session we'll be doing that stalk, and I'll try and have a hunt around for these missing drills. So but yeah, I'm gonna get on to Royal Mail and find out what the hell's going on with this package, because it's beyond a joke. You know, can't keep having strikes. It's unfair on people. People need their stuff. You know, if you're vulnerable and say like you need, because some places you can order medication if your doctor sent it. I used to use Pharmacy to You, and it was absolutely nothing but bloody hassle. They kept delaying things, you know, especially when I needed it, and they delayed things. Like, hang on a minute. Sorry about that. I thought the door went. Thought it was my package, because sometimes they'll knock on the door, or they'll ring the bell. But it's something to do with the scaffolding on my neighbour's side. So, you know. And then I was thinking, I hope they don't put it over my side, because I don't really want scaffolding all up the bloody, you know, the window. I hate that. And then you sort of have to put all curtains up so they don't look through. Because obviously I've got roof windows, you see, so I can't exactly put a blind up, so I have to use like a cover and that, because I don't want people looking through the roof. There are these special blinds that you can get. I think they're called for Voila, for Yellow or something like that. But it's pretty expensive, but that's where we are. At the moment, so let's just sort the drills out like that. Okay, so that's where we're going. Can we just take a look at this so far? Don't you think this looks really nice? It's just so beautiful. As you can see, that is what we're looking at. I really am enjoying this, and as I said, it's not until you get that drill on that it really pops it. As I said, we are missing two colours here, which seems to be B and that slash mark. I'm going to have a hunt around, because it is aggravating. You know, I kitted these all up in my little rack thing, and now I've got colours missing, so I don't understand that. But please remember to like, share and subscribe. The link's in the description below if you want to get this painting for yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow for more of the Halloween pumpkin. I still ain't got a name for these yet, but if you want to nominate a name, put it in the comments below the video, and we can definitely do this for that. But I've just thought of a name. That cat there is going to be Violet, named after my nan. So yeah, we've got one cat's name. I'll think about that. Violet and Pearl. No, Violet and something. But yeah, take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.